Hello everyone, this is Highlander from MTG Cardsmith doing another custom. Magic. The Gathering. Card review. It's good stuff. And today we have today we have a card by Suleman called Phantasmal General. So let's see what we got going on here. This is a 4 mana 3/2. Okay. So 4 mana 3/2, especially double blue, understated, but as I always say, well, understated if it was a vanilla creature. Let's put it that way. Especially a rare. But there's plenty of text on here, so let's see what we got going on. So this is an illusion soldier. The art is interesting. So this is a Phantasmal General. But is his army this kid? Is that what's going on here? I don't really see an army there other than this kid. Not quite sure what's going on there. Anyway, let's read the card. As long as you control 3 or more illusions, Phantasmal General can't be blocked. Okay? Cool. Whenever 2 or more creatures you control attack, create an XY illusion creature token with, when this becomes the target of a spell or an ability, sacrifice it. That's tapped and oh geez, the text on this. Okay, let's just read this over again. Whenever 2 or more creatures you control attack, create an XY illusion creature token with, when this becomes the target of a spell or an ability, sacrifice it. That's tapped and attacking, where X is the highest power among attacking creatures you control and Y is the highest toughness among attacking creatures you control. Yikes! Okay. Boy, is that a block of text. Okay, let's try and digest this one for a minute here. After I drink my tea. Okay, last sip, I promise. There, tea's gone. Okay, so I'm done with this. Let's see. So remember, 2 or more creatures you control attack. So you get an XY when this with this, because it's an illusion, it has this, and it's tapped and attacking, and X is the highest power among attacking creatures you control, and Y is the highest toughness among attacking creatures you control. Okay. So, and this is a permanent token, yes? This is a permanent token. So, I mean, this is quite strong. So, especially if you, like, in an illusion tribal deck, and that is a thing. I mean, there is illusion lords, there's, Phantasmal Bear, there's all kinds of stuff, right? So, in an illusion deck, this guy will pretty easily be unblockable. So he can attack, and then you'll attack with something else. This guy will get through for 3. Let's say you attack with a let's say you attack with a Phantasmal Dragon. Okay. You get a 5/5 illusion that's tapped and attack. You basically get another Phantasmal Dragon permanently. I mean, that's very strong. Here's the thing that's really throwing me off about this card. I think the complexity on this card is through the roof. Just reading this whole is this one sentence? Okay, hold on. Yeah, this is one sentence, and this sentence is crazy. All right, so let me just try and make a couple adjustments here, and let's see what you think. So we can keep the first. I'm not going to worry about the first line. The first line's fine. So let's see. Whenever 2 or more creatures you control attack, create an... Okay, first things first, let's get rid of this XY nonsense. XX blue, you do have to include the color there. Illusion creature token with when... Let's get the wording correctly in here. Phantasmal image. When this creature becomes a target of a spell or ability, sacrifice it. Okay. With when this creature becomes a target of a spell or ability, sacrifice it. Okay, let's just leave it at that. That creature enters the battlefield tapped and attacking. Oh, see, this is the problem, is there's so many... Where X is the greatest power among attacking... Let's say the greatest mana value among attacking creatures you control. That creature enters battlefield tapped and attacking. Okay, so this is like kind of doing the same thing. Look, you gotta get rid of this Y, man. This XY thing is just... That's just unnecessary complexity. Like, yes, I get it, but if you start putting Y's on your cards, you know, just take a step back and rethink what you're doing. In my opinion. So let's kill the X, or the Y, excuse me. Whenever 2 or more creatures you control attack, create an XX blue illusion creature token with, when this creature becomes a target of a spell or ability, sacrifice it. Where X is the greatest mana value among attacking creatures you control, that creature enters battlefield tapped and attacking. Okay, so this wording is a little bit easier to digest. So I recommend maybe doing something like this. Now, the question is this too good? I chose mana value. I mean, you can make it whatever you want. You can make it power. You can make it the number of illusions you control. You can make it... Honestly, what you should probably do is just make it like a 2/2 or something. Or a 3/3 or something like that. Just like flat. I think you should just give it flat stats, personally. I mean, I don't... Or okay, so let's approach this from a flavor perspective. Okay, so this guy is a phantasmal general. So he's an illusionary general. Okay, so he's the general of all the illusions. Now, what might be cool for this guy is if he makes an XX token, where an XX illusion token, where X is the number of attacking creatures. That might be kind of neat, because then it's sort of like he's creating illusions of his army, right? So he's like kind of like creating an illusory army that's attacking with the real army. Anyway, so that's just one possibility, right? I mean, I think what you have going on here, because the other issue here is you get to keep the tokens, which is fine, but like when you're making big tokens like this XY stuff, or even XX, when you're making big tokens, that makes this card really strong. I mean, yes, you do have to untap with it and get through with it, so you know it's vulnerable to removal and all that, but the payoff here is enormous. So I think this card's a little bit too strong. The biggest knock against it is the complexity, honestly. Like I don't mind that it has, when this becomes the target of a spell or ability, sacrifice it. It's a little strange that you keyworded that on your last card, illusionary, but you didn't keyword it here. I mean, I don't think it should be keyworded personally, but I mean, you made the keyword, so that would really help simplify this. Although, of course, you'd have to include flavor text, so, or excuse me, reminder text. So maybe it doesn't really simplify it that much. But anyway, I think this might be a little bit too strong. There's lots of different knobs you can turn to sort of adjust this and make it a little bit more fair, I think. You could, because the other thing you have to keep in mind is the general himself doesn't need to attack. It's only 2 more creatures. So you can just like slam this guy, attack with 2 creatures. So like, okay, let's say you go like 2-drop, 3-drop Phantasmal General. So it's like 2/2, 3/3 Phantasmal General, right? Now, as soon as you drop your Phantasmal General, you attack with your 2/2 and your 3/3. And now you get a free attacking 3/3 that's going to stick around forever, right? Or, you know, and so like they might be able to trade for it. They might be able to use a spell on it, but this is a free token you've gotten, right? So that's, if they like, these tokens are big enough that they have to actually do something about them. And they're, the way to do, unless they have like some kind of a random creature on board that like can target your illusions, they're probably going to have to use a card on it. And that's pretty nasty. I mean, ideally what happens is you play this guy and pre-combat, they kill your Phantasmal General, right? But anyway, the point is, if you get an attack off, the payoff is huge. So there again, there's a lot of options you have to adjust this. And I'm on the fence. I'm not saying necessarily you have to adjust it for power. But I definitely think you need to adjust it for complexity. At least get rid of the Y. And maybe reword it a little bit so it's a little bit less difficult to digest. But sorry, I keep getting to this point and I keep skipping it. Okay, knobs you can turn to adjust this. You can make the tokens a flat value, like 2/2. A 2/2 illusion token is pretty strong. It's a strong free card. I mean, it's worth a card, but it's not like so big that your opponent like can't deal with it without like 2-for-1ing themselves. There's also the possibility of like you make the token big, like equal to the number of attacking creatures or whatever, or you know, the greatest mana value among creatures you control. But then you sacrifice the token at the end of turn, and in that sense, you don't even need to give it this extra text here. This sorry, my dog is barking. So sorry, as I was saying, you wouldn't even necessarily need to include this line of text here. I do kind of like it. Like it's flavorful. But the additional, it might be a nice way to get rid of the additional complexity, right? You could also make the illusion not tapped and attacking. That's another thing you can do. Where, yes, they get the illusion, but they don't have to deal with it right away. It's not hitting them in the face, you know what I mean? So, a lot of options for this guy. Imagine you have 2 of these in play. Wow, if you have 2 of these in play, you get 2 illusions. Holy crap. Yeah, so I think this card's a little bit too powerful, personally, but I'm on the fence. Like, you know, the fact that you like what am I trying to say? There are ways your opponent can prevent these things from happening, but the window's pretty small before they get their first, like, before you get your first illusion. All you have to do is have 2 creatures in play, and then play this and attack with those 2 creatures, and you get your illusion essentially, right? So I'm on the fence. I would err on the side of caution and say make one of the adjustments I suggested. That's my opinion anyway. And I would definitely reword this whole thing. I think that this is just too complex. It's too tough to digest on first read, right? So anyway, what am I gonna grade this? So I'm gonna grade this one a 6 out of 10. I don't think it deserves to be a 6 out of 10. I think a card like this card has potential to be a 7 or an 8 out of 10. But just this complexity here is too much. It's really dragging the card down. So I think that it needs to be decomplexified, if that's simplified. Sorry. Simplified is the word I'm looking for. It definitely needs to be simplified. I would also suggest maybe making it a little bit less strong, or make it a mythic. That's also a possibility. So yeah, I'm going to go 6 out of 10. I think that this card is cool, which is why I'm not happy giving it a 6 out of 10, but this sentence just hurts my brain. So, okay, so that's my review of Phantasmal General. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Am I wrong? Am I right? Do I bite? Only if you want me to. I'll see you guys next time.